Hi, my name is Allie Reed, and I'm here today to talk to you about Gaia, a company that aids veggie loving consumers in achieving a less wasteful household by focusing on kitchen routines. While Gaia's app includes a shopping component, it is an everyday tool for use in the kitchen. It is an interactive way for users to hold themselves accountable while encouraging habits that will ultimately result in reducing food waste, saving money, and benefiting our planet. I'd like to start off by giving you a little bit of background information on myself to give some insight into how Gaia came to be. Before I was born, my parents purchased their dream home with 100 acres of land in the secluded area of Dodgeville, Wisconsin. They built a garden, planted their seeds, and have continuously helped out local farmers by sharing their space to plant even more. Because of my upbringing, I gained an appreciation for nature early on and understood the necessity of nurturing our relationship with it. I've been a vegetarian for 7 years, but have always been impartial to eating meat. My one weakness was chicken, specifically wings. My testimonial to the health benefits of vegetarian comes from a significant shift I saw in how my body reacted to the food I was putting in it. I've been an epileptic since the age of 17, and I was unaware of the effect that a poor diet choice had on my seizure activity. When I was told by my doctors that I'd been diagnosed with the second form later on, they told me to reevaluate my lifestyle. Epilepsy is not specifically triggered by meat, but an individual's reaction to food is unique. Our diet is critical to our overall health and well-being. This choice we make to switch to plant-based eating could be for a variety of reasons. Health benefits include immune system support, lower blood pressure, healthy weight control, and lowering your risk of cancer, although this list doesn't even begin to cover it all. If you shop smart, plant-based eating can save you money by cutting out those expensive cuts of meat. Many also switch over when they become aware of the unfortunate repercussions of the meat industry, such as deforestation, higher carbon emissions, and the conditions to which the animals are farmed. Though these may be some of the reasons one may switch to a meat-free diet, it doesn't necessarily mean that they consider the other factors that are key to actual sustainability. I, for one, can acknowledge that although I live by a plant-based diet, I'm not always good about letting my food go bad. In the United States, we waste 40% of the food in the country. That equates to over 80 billion pounds, meaning roughly 219 pounds per person of food is thrown away annually. Sadly, 70% of this wasted food is produce. Even worse, it is not just the food we are wasting, but the time, energy, and water that was used in the production and distribution process. After speaking to other veg heads about the obstacles they face, I compared it to my own experience and research. Through this, I discovered that the main, reoccurring theme is food spoilage. How and why does this occur? According to the EPA, the most common reasons for food spoilage is due to misunderstood food labels, improper storage, kitchen organization, and overbuying at the grocery store. This would seem to be an obvious, easy fix. We remind ourselves of this problem every time we throw away the sad bananas off the counter, the forgotten garlic behind the bread, or the lettuce squished at the bottom of the vegetable drawer. It feels hypocritical to preach environmentally friendly lifestyles when we can't even achieve it ourselves. So why do we do this? Most of us can resonate with the feeling of guilt that follows shortly after throwing away the food. We want to change our habits, but the sustainability industry can be intimidating. It's unrealistic to believe that everyone can achieve a zero-waste kitchen, but it is possible for us to make simple changes that result in less. I now want to reintroduce you to Gaia. We have built our company with the same love we have for our planet, Mother Earth. Gaia is not designed exclusively for plant-based eaters, but anyone who loves produce and wants to do their part in improving the environment. We aim to be accessible for all, although we do acknowledge that technology is not as easy for some to navigate. This is why we have the option for users to view the shopping component of the app without having to create an account. We do, however, encourage consumers to run a trial before writing it off. The application has a simply designed user interface and avoids unnecessary information to keep things easy. Our users are typically adults in their 20s and 30s who have become more environmentally aware. However, our market expands to an older, middle-aged group who are comfortable with using apps. Different aspects of our company, such as the shopping, are a great way to get everyone involved. Our e-commerce page on the app offers a wide range of products that help get you started. Our products are made in collaboration with our eco-friendly partners. We guarantee only sustainable materials and practices used in the production as well as the distribution processes. These products are specially crafted for longevity, so you don't have to worry about having to replace them frequently. The startup kit includes glass storage containers, a dehydrator, grinder, and beeswax wraps for those who are willing to spend a little extra money outright. This can be a great gift for those heading off to college, trying to save money, or just need a little extra help in switching over. Our beeswax wraps are proven to be reused over 100 times, lasting up to a year. The storage containers are made out of glass and can be labeled or erased as often as needed in order to maintain the visibility in the kitchen. Gaia profits mainly from the products we sell through the shop. We want to make our app more approachable by keeping it free to download. With every dollar spent in the store, our customers are rewarded with points in which they can use for future purchases. We also make money from users who need a little extra help with the cooking side of things. We have partnered with nutritionists around the country so that premium users can pay an extra fee to get a step-by-step instruction manual and a coach to help them keep them on the right track. Our competitor market is surprisingly limited. Sustainable stores are everywhere, but most often fail to offer multiple incentives to their consumers. The majority of the time, these stores are expensive, which makes it inaccessible for those who can't afford to spend $60 on an eco-friendly alternative. Apps such as Foodfully, No Waste, and Jewelbug all have components of Gaia, but fall short of combining them in one space. Foodfully has been stuck in the beta version for over 2 years. No Waste charges a small fee to download, but is only to track your food. And then Jewelbug is a more socially motivated and used in the workplace environment. We want to make it as simple as possible by keeping everything in the same place. We give customers the option of using the store, the interactive component, or both. This cuts out the need to download multiple apps, being sent off to separate windows, and then taking the time to search for a store that follows the same sustainable principles. At Gaia, we want to inspire the world. Whether or not you live alone, with roommates, or in a family of 4, being able to share these experiences with others promotes positive change and can be a fun way to engage everyone in the process. Involving others in these practices introduces a conversation about why. Information is power, and power is in numbers. If we can have inclusive conversations about the significance of being a little more eco-conscious, the easier it will be for all of us to work together towards living a more sustainable lifestyle. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my team for their continuous support and help throughout the brainstorming, research, and execution process. My mother, Joan Reed, a dietitian and mentor, Rob Vela, a friend and previous DVC grad who has mentored me, Marissa Tenhaken, a fellow DVC student who has always been there for the support and feedback, Natalie McNall and Lauren Cyberlick for dedicating their time to run through Gaia's testing, and Jack Lewis for lending his voice to narrate Gaia's promotional video. I'd also like to thank you, as viewers, for taking the time out of your day to hear about my company, Gaia.
Why do we waste so much food? 40% of food in the USA goes to waste. Meanwhile, 1 out of 6 Americans struggle to put food on their plate. We are in the midst of a food emergency. However, it's the small things that count. With Gaia, you can buy environmentally friendly kitchen equipment, make sustainable shopping lists, and monitor when the food you buy will go off to save unnecessary spending. We make it simple. With Gaia, it's easy. With Gaia, it's possible.